Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hungry for the Truth. Let's talk about the Abrahamic covenant seed, or seeds. In Galatians 3:16, when Paul says, "Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made," Paul speaks of the seed, and that seed is Jesus Christ. So the promise was not made to many, but it was about the one who eventually came, named Jesus. And the difference is huge, because either you have a personal entitlement directly through God the Father, or your entitlements stem from a personal relationship you have with Jesus, the seed. Paul literally says that God did not say seeds, as in many, descendants. He said seed, meaning one, the one we call Jesus. And this matters because God wasn't pointing to a group of people or a nation. He wasn't pointing to a bloodline. He wasn't talking about Abraham's physical descendants. Paul was pointing to one person, the seed from Galatians 3 verse 16, who is Jesus Christ. We know that the seed is Christ and everyone in Christ. Once you see that the seed is Jesus, Paul's next point becomes even more relevant. If you belong to Christ, you are counted as being of the seed. You are a spiritual part of the seed God promised to Abraham. This is why Paul ends the chapter by saying, "If ye be Christ, then ye are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise." And that quote is from Galatians 3 verse 24. So what does all of this mean for believers? At the center of Paul's argument is the promise was never about ethnicity, never about the law, never about who your parents are, and never about being born into the right group. The promise was always about Jesus and those who are saved through the efforts of Jesus. So when you wholeheartedly following Jesus, you step into a story that began with Abraham. You become part of a lineage that has rights to the promise. You inherit what God intended from the very beginning. And this is not because of your bloodline, but it is because of Jesus' bloodline. And just so we are absolutely sure, God did not promise Abraham a crowd of righteous family seeds. God promised him Jesus. And everyone who belongs to Jesus has a claim to the promise. And remember, any knowledge worth acquiring will not be easy to get. And on occasion, certain information will be flat out hidden from you. You must want to know stuff. If there are any questions, or if there's something you would like to add, feel free to leave me a comment or send an email to hungryforthetruth@yahoo.com. and hungry for the truth is one word. And may God bless you. And may the Holy Trinity and all of our spiritual family members always be with us. Thank you and good day.